Hello, everybody. Welcome to Garlet's High Performance Garage channel. It's about 28 degrees out. My garage here doesn't smell like a fucking sewer. I'm surprised. The leaner on the doing this from the truck hood. My fucking tire's flatter than holy hell on the front driver's side. For some fucking reason, I don't know why. I guess the rim didn't seal. Either that or the valve stem ain't no fucking good. But all that shit's new except for the tire. Unless the tire's got a hole in it somewhere, I just don't know where it is. I have to plug it. But it ain't real important right now. But I see that we went down and freed Venezuela, which is a good thing. And everybody deserves freedom. Who doesn't deserve freedom? Well, the Muslims don't deserve freedom. Fuck them. They can all eat a fat fucking sack of dicks. I don't care about none of them Muslim and Somali motherfuckers. I'm happy that we went down and liberated them from that dictator cocksucker that was ruining their country. And now, of course, all the Democrats are screaming how Trump needs to go to jail because he didn't consult Congress. And, well, that asshole would have got away if we would have consulted Congress. Because, it would all been televised and CNN would have been, hey, you better run. You better run. They're coming to get you, man. Because George Soros funds all of us and pays us money and stuff, and now there's all these new protests going on. And this is George Soros funded protests. Okay? That's what they do. That's what he does. He funds this stuff. Because he has more money than he knows what to do with. We need to send that motherfucker to Pakistan or fucking, what's that? Palestine. That's what I'm thinking about. Same fucking difference, just fucking same shithole. Need to send his dumb ass there, saying throw him off the highest fucking building they can find. And we need to eradicate the world of Muslims and Somalis. We just need to exterminate these assholes. I know it sounds like, something Hitler would fucking do. I get it. But these people are communists and they're threatening our very way of life. So, I'm glad Trump went down there and liberated Venezuela, but he needs to put his focus on our own country here and get rid of these fucking Muslims. Get rid of them all. Get them out of here. I don't care what you got to do. Get those motherfuckers out of here because they're not doing anything but fucking our country up and trying to push their fucking laws and way of life on us instead of, coming in and, adapting our fucking culture. No, they got to shove theirs down our throats and then try to, install their Sharia law on us, which can't happen. So we need to round these assholes up and get them the fuck out of here. And all they're doing is committing fraud. And they're all fucking pack of retards. Look at them. Look at their light bulb fucking heads on them. Jesus Christ. I thought, inbreds in fucking hillbilly town was fucking bad. Jesus Christ. These motherfuckers here, they're way worse. But, it's like anything else. They're not, most of the time they're not going to do a fucking thing. They don't want to do anything about a problem until it's become way beyond the fucking problem. And it's a crucial necessity. And then by that time, it's too late to fuck with it. And then you find yourself in a fucking ongoing thing that lasts for 20 fucking years before the problem is, solved. And that's what they're heading for. They need to do this now. You need to worry about these other countries later. And it's like now he's running up Mexico's ass because their dumb bitch president down there, she's like, oh, well, well, there's not much I can do. Well, the cartels run the country, and I'm just sitting here as a fucking, like a decoy. I'm just going to go ahead and let them pass on their drugs on through here, because that's what I do. So, you know what? You need to overthrow that dumb bitch, too. Why don't we just take Mexico? Why don't we just take it and make it part of the United States? Just take it. Just fucking take it. And put another border wall down there and then tell Central America to go fuck itself. Because there's a bunch of, Colombian drug cartels in there, too. I mean, Jesus Christ. We can't own the fucking Western Hemisphere. I mean, if you want to get technical about it, Jesus Christ, I mean, a lot of South America is fucking overrun with fucking Muslims and Iraqis and, all those other assholes. They all need rooted the fuck out of there. But Central America is nothing but fucking drug lords and little shanty towns where they're making meth and all kinds of fucking weird shit. And those people are living like fucking, slaves down there. They don't have a fucking thing, and they're poor as fuck, and they're all hiding in the fucking jungles and shit, living off the fucking land because they ain't got nothing else. And, you got fucking Mexico, everybody's poor as fuck, except for the drug lords. And then you got Canada. Canada's being overtaken by the Muslims, because their government's heavily, of course, all those idiots voted in the left idiots, the left communists that want that, and you notice our far left idiots here are bitching that we, went down and liberated Venezuela. They won't call it a liberation; they'll call it a kidnapping of a president. You kidnapped him. No, he's a dictator. He was a dictator. That's what he was. And they also blew the fuck out of Chavez's fucking grave and statue while they were down there too, which is awesome. Yeah, because I would just take his markers off and just destroy them and say, well, this motherfucker here would just, dig him up, throw him in the fucking ocean because he's a piece of shit too. I would not give any gratification or anything towards a fucking asshole dictatorship like a motherfucker like that and put a great big statue, monument up for that son of a bitch. He did nothing but oppress those people and fucking murdered people and raped women and, killed families and destroyed a fucking country, and then, Obama administration, Biden administration went down there and installed this asshole in his fucking place, made sure he won. Plus the Dominion voting systems are a part of this too. The ones that, scammed the 2020 election for Biden, because it put votes in that didn't exist, because 81 million people, there aren't 81 million people that vote. So it was more like 70 couple. So anyway, this is fucking ridiculous shit. I mean, the jig is up on all this stuff. It's to the point where it's bad comedy. And you're just sick and tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing the Democrats cry and bitch about what Trump's doing, because they're going to cry and bitch no matter what he does. If he jumped on their side and said, look, I hate having freedom, let's kill freedom, they would turn around and say, we need freedom. They will do the opposite of what he says no matter what. If he goes out there and says, I really, really love breathing oxygen, it's the greatest thing in the world, you'll see Democrats holding their breath until they pass out on the fucking ground because they heard that Trump likes oxygen. I mean, oxygen's terrible for you. And that's what they'll do. Just to be a bunch of morons. And, like they're fucking 6-year-olds or some shit throwing a tantrum. That's the way I see it anyway. So anyhow, um, this will be the shit. Yawning, said didn't sleep well last night because I was up with the fucking squirts. I had the Hershey squirts and something I ate Saturday. I had them all day. Well, that was yesterday. I ate something Friday evening, and they started then. I think it was some pimento spread that I had in the fridge. I didn't look at the expiration date. I mean, it tasted okay. Put it that way, it still tasted good. It may have been bad, though, because it sure as hell didn't agree with me, and it felt like I had a dwarf inside of me poking my insides with a fucking knife, or like that little creature on Spaceballs that jumps out of the guy's stomach at the end of the movie because he had the special with the diner. And, it felt like a little monster was in there trying to make his way out and then sing a song as he's leaving. Oh, I can't stop yawning. Shit. But anyhow, fuck. I turned my tags in yesterday. I found enough strength to get down to the MVA yesterday and turn the tags in on the Mercury because the MVA was blowing my phone, my fucking email up on my phone, threatening me and all kinds of stuff. Because that's the only thing this state knows how to do. Because Maryland's a fucking a dictator state. It's a communist state. Because we basically have a dictator for governor. Because he's just blowing all our fucking money and letting drugs and illegals overrun the fucking state, because that's what Democrats do. That's the new Democrat Party, is the communist illegal immigrant party is what the Democrats are. There are no Democrats anymore. That party's dead. It's the communist illegal immigrant party that loves Muslims and Somalis and loves fraud and stuff. So I went down there to turn those tags in. I'm surprised I didn't have to have a fucking appointment, but I didn't know you could turn those in after hours. They have a box outside that you can turn that shit in after hours. And I was like, really? But there was a form in there you had to fill out. Just stand outside, fill this form out, and fold the paper or whatever, put your tags in it, and slide them in the slot in the door. Because, the MVA, they're only open when it's convenient for them to be open. So I think they're open late once a week. I think it's on Wednesday or Thursday night. They're open till 6. I think, or it's at 5 o'clock. I don't know. But they like to heavily be open when regular working folks are at work. So, you got to make an appointment and miss work, to go do this stuff. And they're like, oh, we have it online too. You can do it. You can't sit around waiting for your fucking sticker to come through the fucking mail from Glen Burnie down there. Which I know it only takes you about 3, maybe 4 hours to get there on the road, but it'll take them a month to send that fucking sticker and registration up to you. Because, when it's them giving you something or giving you a refund on something, they take their sweet time doing it. But if you owe them money, you better be getting that son of a bitch to them at a certain point, or they're going to come after you. They're going to garnish your wages and do all this shit to you, that's unconstitutional that, for some reason they get to do. And everything's got to be voted on. And before anything comes final, it always has to go through the fucking Supreme Court, which, is a bunch of shit. all this shit that we, have, that we have to live by whenever you live in a blue state is bullshit. Like them doubling the prices of all of our fucking, titles, tags, registrations, and, license fees and shit like that. And it's to the point where you can only afford to renew your registration for a year. And now you have to do it every fucking year. So I got all my vehicles, I'm going to have to tag them up again this fucking year because they'll run out here. They're scattered all over the fucking place. So, I mean, it's not like I have to take a hit at one time and do them all at once. Which I am grateful I don't have to do it that way. But still, it's inconvenient. And it's just the state milking you because they want money. They want money for illegals so they can live for free. That's what the whole point of this is. Now everybody sit around and tell me how I'm a jackass and I'm a cocksucker for saying stuff like that, and I'm delusional and I'm crazy and I'm a conspiracy theorist. Now this is what's truly going on. You just don't see it because you don't pay attention. You just don't fucking pay attention, or your mind is so fucking brainwashed by, communist cocksuckers, formerly the Democrat Party, that you just don't want to believe it. And you think that everything that Donald Trump's doing is he's trying to, he's taking my freedoms away. It's like all the women now think that their freedoms are gone because he's taking so much of my freedoms away. He's a misogynist. Let me tell you, if he was, you wouldn't be out here demonstrating in the streets like you are, and getting that check off of, Soros to, be paid for your fake ass protests, that don't mean jack shit, that only just distract from what's really going on. That's all those protests are for. Those are to distract people from, there's bullshit going on over here, but we're going to throw a protest over here and get everybody's attention on it. And we're going to put the big Democrat media on that. We're going to cover this. And we're actually going to be doing the wrong thing over here, which is corruption and, taking all your money and all that other bullshit. We're going to concentrate over here. But hey, look over here, guys. Hey, look over here. Look, there's a protester shoving a chili dog up their ass. Look over here. And an ice guy made him do it. That's what we're dealing with. And if you don't know that by now, you're fucking stupid. You're such an idiot. I really, really fucking hate that. And I would love to go down to Annapolis and kick each of those motherfuckers in the ass for all this shit. For all the bullshit that's going on. There's one delegate down there, a representative or whatever the fuck he's calling himself, down in Annapolis, that's fighting to get the emissions testing abolished in the state. Which, that's good. But that doesn't pertain to me in Western Maryland because that's not a necessity around here because the population isn't that high. It's just like Allegheny County. They don't have to do it down there. They don't have to do it in Washington County. But Frederick County and to the Eastern Shore, they all have to do an emissions test on your vehicle. But also what's fucked up is after your car turns 10 years old or your truck, they don't have to pass it. They don't have to run through the emissions program no more. So really, what's the sense to even have it to start with? It doesn't do anything anyhow. And catalytic converters are a fucking joke. Emissions equipment on your cars are stupid. All they do is clog up your fucking engine. They take horsepower away. They do nothing. It's like, it turns all the fuel vapors into water vapor. Well, if it does that, then I should be able to sit around in my car with a fucking tailpipe in the goddamn window sucking them fumes. I should be all right, shouldn't I? No, because there's still exhaust in there. Nah, it just makes it stink. is all it does. That platinum, you run that those hot exhaust gases through platinum, it just makes them stink. Worse than what they do if they were just regular. Nah, we don't need emissions. Emissions are what feeds our plants, and they create oxygen from the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. They create precious, life-saving oxygen for us living animals and human beings on the planet. That's sad that you got to sit there and explain that shit. And plus, you also have politicians down there because they were so worried about diversity. You have politicians down there of different fucking races and colors that have no idea what they're fucking talking about. They have no idea about anything government, but yet they're working in it. They have no idea what, all the rules are. Our president can order an airstrike on his own anytime he wants. He can send a handful of troops anywhere he wants in the world to help liberate anybody. We can do that. He can do that. It doesn't require an act of Congress to do that. The only time it requires an act of Congress is if we declare war on another nation. We did not declare war on anyone. Now, there's always been the war on drugs. That's been going on for as long as I can remember. And it still hasn't flourished to do jack shit. Because when you take drugs away, people are still going to get them. It's just like the gun control thing. The more guns you take away, and the harder you make it for us to get guns, the more the bad guys are going to have guns. And the more we're not going to be able to defend ourselves. But the Communist Party, they want to take all our guns away so we can't defend ourselves, so they can come take all of our shit and more or less take all of us away from our homes and put us in little cities, where they can keep us under heavy surveillance. That's the plan. But if you want to end all this bullshit that's going on, the George Soros fucking protests, the paid protesters, if you want to end that, if you want to end all the oppression going on in the world, if you want to end all the wars, if you want to end all the crazy ass gender ideology bullshit and all the horse shit that's going on, and all this crazy ass shit that women don't think that they need to be moms, or they don't need to listen to what a man says, or they don't need a man, or, they don't want to, be a fucking functioning member of society. And, and to end all this population control shit is to go after the World Economic Forum. Those are the people you need to go get. You need to murder these people. They need annihilated. They need exterminated. They are using us all as pawns in their game to take over the world. I know that sounds fucking stupid, and I'm probably a dumbass for, even saying such a thing. But this is a very rich organization. They are the sons and daughters of former Nazis. And they are trying to do what Hitler failed at doing. They're trying to take over the fucking world. I mean, this is cut and dry. This is what needs to happen. We need to get rid of the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization and tell the UN to go fuck itself, because they're nothing but a problem standing in the fucking way. They're that asshole standing in the middle of the fucking road that won't move. That's what they are. They're just a bunch of fucking jerk-off motherfuckers. They're there to collect money. That's all they're there for. They're not there for anybody's well-being or to protect any certain fucking race or anybody that's in poverty. They don't give a fuck. They just care about money. And nations fund these assholes to sit around and, do their fucking thing of absolutely fucking nothing. But they think they can police everybody else. So we need to get away from them. And this Paris Climate Accord bullshit needs to end because that's horseshit. There is nothing wrong with our environment. The only thing that's wrong is rich bureaucrat cocksuckers trying to tell us how to live. We need to get rid of those assholes too. That's the solution to every person's fucking problem. That's the solution to anything that ails any of us. Because there wouldn't be viruses out, like the common cold, the flu, the COVID-19 bullshit. These viruses and measles and anything, any kind of virus, none of this stuff would have come out if the World Health Organization wouldn't have put it out on their own. Now, you can all sit and tell me how I'm a piece of shit for saying something like that. It's the fucking truth. It is the truth. I'm here to hit you in the face with truths because that is one of them. We all wouldn't have health problems if our Food and Drug Administration wasn't trying to poison all of us, wasn't trying to say, hey, well, you need grains that are sprayed with pesticides to have heart health. Nah, all we need to do is slaughter our, beef and pork, chicken, and we need to eat all this stuff. That's all you need. You don't need no vegetables. You don't need vegetables. Those animals are eating that shit for us, so we don't have to eat it. And then we eat the animals that have ate that stuff, then we're good. All we need is animal fat and meat. That's all we need. That's all we need, people, to survive and thrive. All your ailments will go away. Stop eating manufactured sugars. Quit eating the fucking 3D printed fake meat. And quit eating margarine and seed oils. Those are what's killing us. That's what's killing us. All your fast food joints fry everything in seed oil. And they all need to fuck off. They all need to put beef tallow in their fryers again. And stop, tainting all of our grains and stuff with Roundup weed killer and pesticide repellents. Stop fucking with our food like this. This is why everybody's a fat ass. This is why everybody has diabetes and heart disease and cancers out the ass. And it's because of the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization. They have slid big money into the pockets of our USDA and our food and, our FDA as well. They have slid big money into these places, plus NIH, they've taken that over in order to, throw out diseases to us, to make us sick, to make us die. Big Pharma is with the World Health Organization. That's basically them. If you end all these assholes, if you end the WHO and the WEF, you will thrive. We'll not only survive, but we will thrive, and we will live well into our 100 years of life. But they don't want that because there's no money in it. It's all a big fucking money organization. It's a big circle. Your doctors are paid to diagnose you. Then they're paid to throw drugs at you that don't work. They only postpone things that are happening to you. Then, you got food places that are run by cigarette organizations that put chemicals in your food, not to mention spraying it with weed killers and pesticides and stuff that that you can't even rinse off with water. Like the CEO of Nestle, he wants to own the water. He wants to own it. I don't know that fucker's name, but he is a very, very crazy, insane individual, and he needs something done with himself. We need to take him out too. And, all this shit would stop if we eliminate those two organizations, the rest of us will definitely be free. Because if you think you're free right now, you're not. You're not free. You are a slave. If you have to work in order to have things, in order to live, and you're still barely keeping your fucking head above water, like me, I've been working my ass off since I was 15 fucking years old. And the only good part of those years was when I was, too young to be out on my own. Because when somebody else is taking care of you, that's the thing you don't have to worry about. You don't have any responsibilities when somebody else is taking care of you. But when, you got to sit here and take care of yourself, then you have responsibilities, and, then life starts to suck ass. And plus, I blame myself for bringing offspring into this world because it's so terrible. It's not the fact that people are like, oh, you don't like your kids. It's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I love my kids. I love my family. It's just the thing is I just hate bringing loved ones into a world that's fucking terrible and awful and nobody's happy. Everybody's pissed off. You don't have anything. You can't go anywhere and do anything, or you're sick all the time. And it's because of those assholes. We definitely need to fucking get rid of these organizations. They need to be ended. And the trouble is, it's to the point where you think you're the hero and you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and you just don't care anymore. And it's one of those things where if somebody like Bill Gates got their way, nobody would be on the planet but Bill Gates and the rich elites. And then by that time, they're so stupid that they've thrown money into everything to get everything there in their way, or to make everything good for themselves, that all the people that they've killed are the ones that were making things for them, like food and products and vehicles and things that we use that that a lot of people take for granted, and they want to end everybody's life because they think that population control is the answer, and it's nothing but them oppressing everybody else under them because we all don't have as much money as they have. When you take the money away, the dominant people will be the ones rule the fucking planet. Because those people, when you take their money away, they will eat each other. They will. Because when the apocalypse, if the apocalypse would come, those rich asshole elites, they will be the first fuckers to die. Because they'll either eat each other or they'll shoot themselves. Because, they're very insecure in their faggots. So, anyway, I'm done ranting about this crazy ass fucked up world that we have. But everybody's, a lot of people ask me if I'm a religious person. I'm not really. I mean, if you all are religious and you believe what the Bible says and everything, I'm proud of you. I encourage you to go to church and do all that stuff. I don't go to church. I'm not sure what I really believe yet. I can't sit and say that the Bible is real or not. And I can't say if there's an afterlife. I just don't know. None of us know. Some of us are confident that they know, but I have no clue. I don't have any idea. But I can tell you this. If it was up to me to make a decision, I would say that the planet Earth is hell. If there's a heaven and hell, that hell is definitely the planet Earth. And when we die and our, souls leave our bodies, perhaps there is a heaven you go to. I put it this way, I'm hoping there's an afterlife. I hope there is. Because the trouble is with planet Earth and being alive is there are so many terrible temptations to take you down the wrong roads. There's way more wrong roads than what there is right ones. And most of the time you are going down the wrong road because there are too many wrong ones to choose from. That's what I think. Now, these characters are talking about like the devil. I don't think that's relevant. But like I said, that's just my opinion. I'm just voicing my opinion on the whole deal. I really hate talking religion. But I can tell you this, there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers out there that need to find Jesus, and they need to find him like yesterday. Because they are seriously fucked in the fucking head. And they got issues. They got bad fucking problems. So anyway, I don't know, maybe I'll take you on an errand. I do gotta run to the store. I'm brave enough this morning to go. I did trust my first fart here earlier, so, and nothing came out but wind, you know. But last night, I guarantee if I'd have farted, I'd have probably been changing my underwear and probably my pants. So, that's terrible. Oh man, I was living off Pepto, and I had to actually send my son to the store to get me some pills to stop the shits, to slow my intestines down so it didn't come out of me so fast. Well, the whole weird thing about it is these days if I do have the shits, my stomach isn't upset. It doesn't hurt. It's an unsteady feeling. It's just a feeling that if you fart, because there's shit right there knocking on the back door going, let me out! I'm not a turd anymore. So yeah, I was not confident in any way of my passing gas last night. And I was afraid I wouldn't make it to Hilltop and back before I had to go, because actually Friday night I went up to get stuff from Burger King, and I almost didn't make it back home from there. Plus, I had to sit up there and wait. These fucking fast food joints, you gotta wait. And here lately, I haven't been eating a lot of stuff from those places because of the fact that everything is so terrible for you. And usually if I do get any burgers, I just eat the meat and just throw the buns away because, you know, they make you swell up like a fucking balloon. But yeah, maybe I can probably stand to take a trip up the road today and back. Yeah, I'll take you all along on that little journey. We'll see what the fuck happens. Boy, sure does look good sitting in here. Looks so good. My poor truck. Fucking flat tires. Yeah, we got some snow. Well, get that right, dum-dum? I have a shitload of rabbits around here. Oh, the fucking rabbit shit. I got some other tires for the Mercury here. Got these off Marketplace, off a fellow in West Virginia. And, white fucking letters. I'm telling you, I'm going to get spoiled. But I only give like $30 for these tires, so $30 for these 2 tires, and they have a shitload of tread left on them. They're very good. I just need to get them put on some wheels. They're the same size as these tires on the back. It's going to make my my traction control issue quit coming up, because as soon as I I drive it up the road because of the tire size difference from the front to the back. The traction control light comes on, the ABS light comes on, check engine light's on, and it can't pass inspection with all those lights on, so. But you can see the difference, of course, in the tire size, but I hope those fuckers don't rub up front, because this fucker sits low in the front. So you don't have very stiff springs on it. But I took it for a little ride yesterday with no tags. And drove it around here a little bit. And it ran so fucking good. God, it ran so good. I don't want to jinx it, but it sure did run good. So, plus we're going to have to polish up the headlights again. They're getting kind of yellow. So anyway, I'll run up to the dollar store and grab a couple of things. I need to get some drinks for the work week coming up, because I don't eat throughout the day. I just drink tea or water or whatever I feel like drinking, but it's not anything with sugar in it. So yeah. All right, everybody. Okay. Well, that isn't so great. There we go. Oh, fuck you, airbag light. Yeah, if y'all have one of these older Ford cars and your little airbag warning light goes out, like the bulb burns out, that's what you have to deal with, that fucking chime. And it'll just come on at random. It just comes on to annoy the fucking holy hell out of you. Come up here, get a couple drinks and a couple. Well, I already got that. I thought I needed some. I'm gonna have to take the trash up here in a little while. say when it's wintertime around here. Wished I had a place I can keep my cars, all of them inside, because this fucking salt and all the other shit that they throw on the road around here just eats the hell out of my fucking cars. I mean, you got to keep pouring money into them to keep them on the road. Keep undercoating them and keep replacing body panels. I'll probably have to put a fender on this car here, or fix that spot. There's a bad spot on there. Pinch welds have separated on this front driver's side fender there in the wheel well. And I like the inner fenders are plastic on these cars, so don't really have to do much with that, other than I guess if they would break. But I've never ran over anything to make something slam up in there to break it. I don't know how people do that. And here's somebody that doesn't know how to use a turn signal. Oh, they turn it on at the last minute. Oh, hey. Another thing about this cop car is funny is a lot of times when you're in other places in the state or the county, some people will just randomly wave at you because they think that you're law enforcement. And this fucking car's goddamn dirty right now. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway, so. Oh, shit. Gas up here is $2.95 a gallon. And it'll probably stay that way till summertime. It'll either go back up to $3 or it'll come down a little bit more. But they're like down towards, well, the further east you go out of Allegheny County, the cheaper the gas is. Which, doesn't make sense, because the further down the road you go, the better people's incomes are. But everything's so much cheaper for those people. It's like, what the fuck? Doesn't really make sense. Of course, not much these days does. This hard shit here. Oh man, what the fuck? Damn seatbelts are wore out in this thing. Alright, I shall return. Oh. Okay. Sure tell it's Sunday. Hardly a soul up here. out. Next week it's supposed to rain and be in the 50s. My job down there is going to turn everything to shit. Get a car wash, but see how the weather's going to suck ass so fucking bad next week. I'll just be trudging this fucker through the mud anyway, so so it doesn't really matter. It's not going to make a fucking difference. Stupid airbag light. Shut up. Would have hauled my trash up with this car, but two things are keeping me from doing that. I have 2 tires and wheels in the trunk on top of my sandbags. I'd have to take them out. And after I did get my garbage up there, I got a guy working at the dump now because I don't have a sticker on this car. Even though we purchased a sticker, I don't have one on the car. And all they would do is sit up there and, well, that one person would harass me about it. You need a garbage sticker in a car, because I'm the lord of the garbage dump, and I'm such a fucking cock-sucking motherfucker. And that, by the way, the county commissioners pulled me out of the fucking county roads and put me on this fucking job, and now I have a fucking stick up my ass. I'm pissy because instead of operating a piece of machinery or driving a truck, I have to get out here on foot and turn a switch on the fucking compactor and maybe put a sign up and say, hey, don't use this one, use the other one, that I'll have to turn the key on and hit a button for it to compact my trash. You know, I'm going to be a complete, total fucking cocksucking fucking asshole douchebag dick about it and harass everybody. Tell you what, if you had a company and you had a couple of garbage trucks, you could make yourself some money running around these back roads in the northern part of Garrett County, collecting trash and taking it to the refuse. You could definitely, or just taking it to the landfill, you could definitely make some money. Just have all the homeowners around here subscribe to, you know, your company, and, you know, just have garbage pickup everywhere. That's all you'd have to do, really. But then, you know, I mean, least a week, or like Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then you'd probably have to ration it and do all that other fucking bullshit. I don't know about that, but fuck if I know, man. I don't fucking know. Well, we all pay a monthly, or not a monthly fee, a yearly fee. It used to be $25. Well, actually, you used to not have to pay for it. Y'all just paid your taxes. And they just had a place up there where it was just a bunch of dumpsters. And they would have a garbage truck come in and empty the dumpsters and go to landfill. When I was a kid, that's how it was done. You had people dumpster diving, and you had a bunch of fucking rats and shit, and cockroaches, all that crazy ass shit running around up there. You could sit up there at night and shoot a bunch of fucking rats if you wanted to. Then they turned it into the refuse and put a gate up and all that bullshit. And then it turned into, hey, $25 a year, we'll get you a sticker. And there you go. You're all set. A couple years later, then it's $50 now. It's $50. And then you're all set. Now it's $75. At least that's what it was last time I heard. Because my mom and dad usually buy it, and then I'll use it. But I'll haul mine and theirs, and even my next door neighbors. But I would imagine with, Governor Moore down there, it's probably going to get more expensive. Come on, seatbelt. Get the fuck up there. Oh, Jesus. Anyway. Take a little spin around the block here. Spin around the block in the murk. sounds completely different than the cop car. Plus, you can't hear this car running hardly. Oh, those trees growing up, didn't they? It's been a while since I've been back on this road here. This used to be part of my bus route when I was in middle school through high school. I have some cousins that live back through here. There used to be some pretty good dips in this road. I don't know if they fixed them all or not, but it was tar and chip back then. It's not like most of these back county roads are all blacktop now. Turnaround still back here. Nobody lives beyond this here. Well, I think there's another home back here. No trespassing, god damn it. It says Broadwater on it. I don't know. I guess there's a Broadwater lives back here, huh? I guess I'll try to just run this thing on and off occasionally to keep the brakes cleaned off and keep the battery charged up. Everything in working order, so I don't have to do a bunch of shit to it to get it to pass inspection again. So we're gonna do all this shit and get it through inspection as soon as I can get it through. Because you can't fight anybody. You can't fight anybody as far as government goes, because they'll just stomp on you. But yet you're the one that gets to vote to put them in there. But you know, when you're a blue state, they'll tromp all over your fucking ass. Especially me, because I changed my party affiliation years ago. Turn our overdrive off so as not to lag and lug down and stuff. I'm going to go straight across. I have cousins that live on this other side too. Some of my cousins are, trying to start football teams because they have so many fucking kids. This is part of the old bus route too. We have to go back through here. I didn't get home. Well, we leave school up there at like 20 after 3. By the time I got home, it was like 5 or 10 after 4. This is still a dead-end road as far as I know. I don't think they connected it to anything. See, that old dolly pickup still sitting back here. Well, the old farmhouse still standing. I can see. Bunch of fucking cats. God damn, man. The place falling apart. When I was a kid, there was an old man lived in there. And over in there and visiting there when I stayed overnight with these kids down here I went to school with. Moving in that guy's house. It was the one kid's grandpa. I think he was like fucking 90 back then. Of course, that house and stuff wasn't there when I was a kid. That was not there. Steering shaft still kind of froze up on this thing. I gotta two-hand it. But yeah, this is still a dead-end road. Just gets back there to the farm. I know a guy that owns the farm. Make sure not to hit any kitty cats up here. I know these people here. Cats are like licking their asses along the side of the road. Run under my tires, you little bastards. It's been in several decades since I've been back in here. View of the fucking interstate and shit. Up on that hill on the left, there's a road called Blocker Road that came out over here, and they cut the bank away and had to take the road out because of the interstate. And they brought the interstate through. This is Blocker Road. That's old Blocker Road up there. And yes, there are people with the last name of Blucker that live back in here. also on the left used to be a milking parlor where they milked Holstein cows, and somebody turned it into a house. It's the feller that runs that coal hauler right there. Top of the bridge is falling apart over here. Car ain't too shabby. Doesn't run bad. Yeah, now all the dash lights are on. Traction light, ABS light, brake light, check engine light. All that awesome stuff is on right now because of the tire size difference from front to back. Laid a black mark to this thing yesterday. Well, not really a black mark, but a little bit of gravel. See if I'll do it again. So I can get in here without hitting my cop car. All right, there we go. Good. We're good. We're good. And all the dogs around barking and carrying on. All right. Last time I took it out, it was missing and carrying on because of the ethanol separation in the fuel. Seems like it's doing pretty good now. Sounds pretty good. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody, that's all I got for you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see what else I can dig the fuck up. If anything else, maybe I'll have another whirlwind adventure for you. It's fucking dull as shit. But anyway, that's all I got because, you know, the weather sucks shit and everything else sucks shit. So we're going to, hopefully 26 is better, like I said before. Hopefully it's better. Don't know if it's going to be, but maybe it will be. You never know. But I'm not a betting man, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it's going to be worse. So, all right, everybody. See y'all on the next one.